All right, so I am going to just go live. It's gonna make me set it all up again. Okay. 1 second, guys. Okay. And we are going live. Okay. It's just setting everything up. All right. We are live. Okay. I am going to just make sure everybody can hear us okay. If somebody is tuning in, please comment below. I just want to make sure that you all can hear me clearly. Okay, hang on. I gotta close this down. Okay. I hope everybody can hear us okay. I hear my own. Okay, 1 second, guys. I gotta figure this out because I'm like echoing on both for some reason. I have to do this. Maybe turn the volume down. Does that work? I've never had a challenge where I'm like hearing myself on the Facebook as well as the Zoom. Any suggestions, David?
You think so hearing yourself, and it's both on the computer.
Let me see. Yeah.
Oh man, to be honest, I'm not super familiar with the streams
Okay.
myself.
Give me 1 second here. Interesting. Okay. I guess we're just gonna wing it. I'm gonna actually. There's gotta be a way to do this. Sorry, guys, just give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna do an introduction here, but I want to make sure that we're not dealing with this. Okay. If everybody can hear me, can somebody just comment? This is the first time I've experienced this background. Okay, let's just go on with the call anyways. I don't know how I'm gonna do this.
If you close Facebook, it would stop the stream, I'm assuming.
I think so.
Ah,
I've never had this challenge before. This is weird. Ah,
see.
maybe if I just close the Facebook. Oh no. Okay, I don't know. Hopefully we're still streaming. I'm gonna just try it this way. Let me see if we're still live because I closed down that Facebook. Maybe I have to just mute it, but let me see if we're still live or not.
It looks like you still are.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. So I'll just open it on my phone so we can see the comments then. And then that way. Hi, Steph, good morning. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get this show on the road. So I am super grateful to be here today live on Facebook and introducing you guys to our new grant writing specialty team. We just recently got connected and I'm going to let them share their story about their business and all of the services that they provide. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for David and Ash. Ash is currently off camera. She's traveling right now, but you will have a chance to meet with her and work with her personally as well. So she's also tuning into the call today. But this is so important You know, being an entrepreneur and, you know, starting up a business from the ground up, I know the challenges that I've had to face when it comes to finding funding for my business. Okay, I've had multiple challenges over the years, and you know, I'm really grateful to be working with David and Ash to bridge the gap. Okay. So we have an amazing team that is willing to work with us and all of the small businesses in our network and help you find the funding that you need for your business. Now, it doesn't have to be just the beauty industry. You know, although we like our community is beauty and health related, this is for any business that's in Canada that is looking for funding. Okay. So it's not limited to just the beauty industry. These people are willing to work with all of us for any of the businesses in our community, any of the businesses that are watching this, anybody in our network that is looking for funding. So without any further ado, I want to take it away. I'm going to hand the call over to David and Ash and let them do an introduction about themselves and their business. And we'll talk about the funding that they have available. There's a system that they have in place. So we're going to actually share a form that you can fill out to actually do a personal call and schedule one-on-one time with David and Ash as well. And they will fine tune and, you know, bridge the gap to exactly what you need for your business. So without any further ado, I'm going to take it away to David. David, please introduce yourself, please introduce your company, and let's go.
Thank you, Callie. Appreciate it. Morning, everyone. As Callie mentioned, my name is David. I'm one of the co-founders of O Granted, and essentially what we do is quite simple. We help business owners get funded, right? So we do everything from government grants to commercial financing. Our whole thesis is that we'll help you get all the access to free money you can get from the government. Once we've exhausted that and you still need more money, we can look at traditional lending, typically in a little bit more complicated sense. So for example, if you can go to a bank, get a loan for your business, highly recommend that you do that. For people who have a bit of challenge with the banks, that's where we step in and get a little bit more creative.
Awesome. Yeah. And I wanted to say thank you too, because, you know, like I've had a couple different grant searches and everything like that, but just because you can find a grant doesn't mean you're going to get approved for it. So let's talk a little bit about your process and how it works. And, you know, what are the steps that a business needs to take in order to get funding?
So let's backtrack a little bit here. There are different types of grants and funding available, just so that, you know, just get a little bit more context.
Right.
In terms of high level type of grants that are available, obviously anything that's for training, hiring, so wage subsidies, things for marketing, digitalization, business strategy, market research, um, and also research and development. Grants is kind of an overarching umbrella term for subsidies, grant, which is literally free money, reimbursement money, as well as tax credit or tax refunds, depending on which program it is. And it all depends on who it is that's putting the program together and the specific requirements of the program. And there's this one other subcategory of grants. We call it specialty grants. And really what that means, it's programs that are specifically designed for owners who are within any one of these following fields. So maybe it's a Black owner, female-led company, Indigenous, LGBTQ2+, located in rural areas, owned by persons with disabilities, owned by a visible minority or a veteran. So they actually have specialty grants that are just designed for those individuals or people who identify in those categories. And getting started with us is quite simple. We like to keep things super simple, kind of, you know, grants, granting grants, like you said, it's kind of already complicated enough on your own, right? So we don't want to make it any more harder it is for our clients and for the business owners, especially ones who are just starting up, who are basically kind of wearing all hats in the business to have to worry about, you know, all the different steps that are involved. So really getting grants, three main steps: the grant matching, the application, and then getting funded. We take care of steps 1 and 2. So number 1, the matching, we match you with eligible grants, subsidies, tax credits, and loan programs.
Right.
And then number 2 is to actually apply. So we prepare all the assets that you need. Sometimes they require a business plan, financial forecasts, a founder story. We prepare all of that together with the client. And as much as we can, we'll walk them through step by step, click by click, actually, on how to actually submit the application as well. And so we help you with those 2 parts. And the last one is getting funded. So the business owner gets approved and they will receive funding directly from the programs. It's not actually through us.
Got
And
it.
so those are the 3 steps.
Awesome. And so is there any prerequisites or pre-requirements that is needed in order for the businesses to be able to apply? Like, do they have to be incorporated? Can they be a sole proprietor? Like, what is
Mm,
the main requirements for the businesses?
Great question. So there's two categories of requirements. There's the basic requirement, which is to be a registered business. So like you said, incorporated or be a sole proprietor. Uh, have at least 1 year in business, 1 year of experience in business.
Right,
That one, certain programs have exceptions. So that one's not like a hard requirement.
right,
And then the last one is to be able to front the initial cost of a project. Because most programs, the majority of them, like say 80% of them are actually reimbursements,
right.
right? Meaning you must first have to pay for the cost of the project and submit the claim to the government to get the full money back or a
Right.
percentage of the money back.
Right.
Mhm.
Yes. I remember last year I got the Innovate BC $10,000
Mhm.
grant, and that was actually a wage subsidy program. So I actually had to pay all the wages and the taxes and CPP and EI and all of those things up front, and then submit it for reimbursement. So that's
Mhm.
great. And
Yeah.
what's the process? So, for all the people that are watching the call that want to learn about this and actually book a private call with David and Ash, you have a form that we're going to be posting later for people to fill out. And I wanted to also say thank you, because I just met them last week, and they actually already searched all the grants for me, and we've actually already submitted an application for one. So I wanted to say thank you. The process was very easy, and I just wanted, like, it just was like step by step. Here's what you need to fill out. Here's what you need to do, and it's already been submitted. So I'm really grateful for all of your help and support. Navigating this grant whole like ecosystem. It's not easy, especially for somebody that's just starting out in business that doesn't have the experience, right? So can you tell me, like, how long have you been doing this, and what's the success rate of the businesses that you've worked with that have gotten funding?
Mhm. So we've been doing this basically for the last 3 years. And this kind of actually came about because I actually had a marketing company back in the day. I still own it, not in the operations of it anymore. But what happened was the biggest objection I had in my business was that everyone loved what we had to offer. The only problem was that they weren't able to pay for the
Right.
project. And so I said, hey, what if I was able to find you money to pay for our services? And just by doing that over time, we basically kind of got really good at helping people apply for grants and lending. And so we just spun it off as its own business. So
That's awesome.
as a business, last 3 years, but as a whole, in terms of just starting it off for our own clients, about 7 years.
Awesome. That's
Hmm.
great. And what's the
Yeah.
success rate of the businesses that you've worked with, um, for getting approval?
Yeah. For us, typically 98%. And the reason that it's so high is because we have a no risk guarantee, which means that, our clients don't pay us anything unless they get approved. So we really will only go in on an application where we feel really confident. And over the last couple of years, and programs come back every year, and we also have connections with the program administrators themselves. So we know what they're looking for. And so that's not to say that, hey, we'll only do these few grants and that's all we're good at. We're good at a lot of grants. We have a lot of connections and we're able to work directly with program administrators to actually push an application through. And so that's really the reason why the
That's awesome.
approval rate's
Yeah.
so high. Hmm.
So, when you're filling out your application and you're working with David and Ash, keep in mind that when you speak to them and they know what you need for your business, like if you want to improve your website, if you need to hire staff, if you want to do R&D, if you're looking to do marketing, depending on what you need, what you really need for the cash infusion for your business, they're going to actually work with you to find those grants that they believe that you're going to be able to be approved for, and then they're going to help you through the process. So this is awesome. I'm so grateful to have you guys in the network. That's the one biggest thing is not only building a community and a network, but having businesses like yourself and people that actually want to support the small businesses in our community, because that's the whole purpose that we started down this road and created this network, was how can we help others? How can we, help them with their business, growing their business, hiring staff, whatever they need, but also the education behind it as well. It's so important that we lock arms with companies like yourself and be able to provide that value, that extra level of value to all of our members. Hmm.
Mhm.
So I just wanted to, before we get off the call, if anybody has any questions for David or Ash, please post it in the chat. If you have any questions, we can get your questions answered live. If not, then we can just end the call. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but we also are, I'm going to be putting in a form. So as soon as this recording is stopped, I'm going to process it to YouTube, and we'll also put the form in the comments, so you can go ahead and fill out the form and start scheduling your time. Book your 30-minute consultation call with David and Ash, and we can just start right away supporting as many people as we can. So if anybody has any questions, oh, somebody here is asking, what are the costs and fees associated with your services?
So there are kind of three different categories for us. If it's a wage subsidy, so wage subsidies typically range anywhere between $5,000 to $15,000 per employee. And what we do is we take $1,000 off on approval
Okay,
for wage subsidies. For most other grants, we take anywhere up to 20% of the approved amount.
right,
And why I say up to 20% is because if we help someone get, say, a $500,000 grant, we're going to take much less than we would
right.
as if it was, say, $5,000, right? And the last one is on the lending side. On the lending side, we take a flat fee of 1% of the approved loan amount as well.
Okay, great.
Mm.
So it's gonna really be dependent on each individual person and what grant it is that they're applying for and the amount of money that you receive. So, obviously it's a little bit difficult to give a quote without actually going through the process with David, because then they can fine tune exactly what it is with your needs and the grant that you get, and they can work it out that way. But they're actually it's an amazing service to have part of our network. So I just wanted to say thank you so much. I'm grateful. Building this business has not been easy. I've been like trying to figure out funding for quite a while, and we're in the process of setting up crowdfunding and
Mm.
Kickstarter and all this kind of stuff, but it's not guaranteed. So working with your company and being able to fill out all the forms and kind of bridging the process and being able to get approved for funding is just amazing. So I wanted to say thank you for coming on board and being part of
Thank
our
you.
team. Like, this is a huge win for our community. There's so many businesses that need these services, and I just wanted to say thank you so much for all of your help.
Absolutely. Thank you. Appreciate you
Okay.
having me here.
Yes, and so what I'll do is I'm gonna put the form into the comments
Kelly,
now.
can I just step in for a sec?
Sure.
Yeah, so I just wanted to go over the whole process really quickly so everyone knows what to expect.
Sure.
So right after you finish this call, you're going to be posting I would suggest post my Facebook link
Okay.
or my DMs so people can message me right away. Um, from there, I will send them their jot form. I'll go over a couple questions with them
Sure.
and prepare to create a grant funding report. This will have about 6 to 7 grants on there that they're most likely to be eligible for. From there, we will then book a call with David present as well, where we can finalize which grant to go ahead with. So that's kind of what to expect with us. We do move pretty quickly, although for the next 2 weeks it might be a little bit slow because I'm traveling. However, I'll still do my best to check any messages that come along. And then I also want David to introduce some of our other businesses that we work with, just in
Sure.
case your followers might be interested.
Sure. Yeah. Would you like to talk a little bit about the other businesses that you have and other services you provide?
Yeah, sure. So thank you. Granted, right? It's a division of Oration Global, and Oration Global is our parent company, and at its core, Oration Global does business advisory. And so within there as well, we also have Ontic Growth, which is our marketing company. And so that one basically does anywhere from B2B and B2C marketing, paid advertisements, websites, kind of anything under the marketing realm, you name it. We have a pretty big team on that side in-house. And the last company that we have is Stone Owl, and Stone Owl at its core does corporate tax planning. So basically finding the most tax efficient ways to help business owners pull money out of the corporation, whether it be
Sweet.
for retirement or if they're looking to sell their business or just looking to grow an asset that's inside of the corporation that's working for them.
Cool.
And
That's great.
so, yeah, the three businesses kind of build on top of each other. Oh, granted, is kind of our foot in the door, help you get some funding. Marketing is to help you grow your business a little bit. And once you're at a nice stage and you're cruising, let's look at your taxes. Just make sure you're not paying more taxes than you need to.
Awesome. So, you know, if any of these appeal to you, again, Ash is going to be working with you guys personally, and they can kind of figure out what exactly it is that you need for your business, whether it's marketing, whether it's funding, you name it. It's a one-stop shop, which I absolutely love. So, you know, I wanted to say thank you guys both for being on the call. This is a perfect way to start the week, is supporting the businesses, helping them get some funding. I love having conversations like this, and I love working with people like yourselves that are, you know, really about helping others and supporting others. That's the whole reason why we've started this community, is to make sure that all of our small businesses are going to be okay and get the, you know, services and things that they need for their company. So thank you for that. And we will I will also tag Ash and David into this post on Facebook, so you can set up a private conversation with Ash and fill out the form like she suggested. And then like after that, once you filled out the form, then you can schedule the call and we'll get the ball rolling.
Awesome. Thank you, Callie. You've been so
Thank you so
supportive
much.
through this. Yep. Take care.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Bye.
Bye everyone.